This year, it's very important because it's the third anniversary of this amazing tool. Yes, GoldenGate, it's been around for 3 decades. You are not ready to use GoldenGate in microservices architecture, you are too late. So you need to access the server and then access the command line to do all of your work. Behind the command line and behind the web interface, we have an API and REST API working and doing all of this stuff. So first one, we can replicate vector data as is. And the second, we can convert the relational data to a vector data in a real-time replication. Hello everyone and welcome to the GoldenTips. I'm Gilson Martins from the GBR Solutions, and in this video I'm gonna share a couple of talks I talked in the LAOUC 2025 tour. And the main subject I presented was vector data replication and distributed AI processing with Oracle GoldenGate. But if you are wondering which countries participated in this conference this year, which started in August, I'm gonna show it to you. So we started in Mexico City on August 8th. Then we went to Costa Rica, Panama, Guatemala, Chile, Brazil, where I'm from, and Paraguay. It was an amazing conference. Thanks for everyone that participated there. I really enjoyed, and it was a big challenge to me because because I presented all the sessions in Spanish, except in Brazil, of course. And if you are watching this video and is not connected with me, please scan the QR code that is showing the screen and let's get connected. And I'm going to start with the question, why Oracle GoldenGate? Do you know why? First things first, let's understand the basic concepts and fundamentals of the Oracle GoldenGate, which basically is GoldenGate is a tool that captures data from transactional database, which is very important to understand this from the transactional database. So the database needs to have transactions. And this data, after being captured, it's delivered to many other environments which can be transactional or not. So we can deliver data to other databases. We can deliver data to the data lakes, big data environments, NoSQL, and streams. There are hundreds of options there. And all of these happen in real time. This is a big point here. So capturing data from the transaction database, moving this data and delivering to many other environments in real time. This is the basic concepts of Oracle GoldenGate that you should know. This year, it's very important because it's the third anniversary of this amazing tool. Yes, GoldenGate, it's been around for 3 decades. And all started in 1995 with a company that created the tool, and Oracle acquired it in 2009. And after that, Oracle started a big revolution, looking around all the new technology that was being developed and incorporating this technology and feature into the Oracle GoldenGate. And as you can see here in the slide, this happened for many years with many technologies where GoldenGate was the first tool to support all of this new stuff, all of these new things that was happening in the market. And this, it's happened until nowadays. And if you check here in the next slide, this is the latest version of the GoldenGate with one of the major capabilities that was introduced. Starting with 12c, we had the microservice architecture introduced. So if you are still using GoldenGate and you have no idea or have just a few understanding of what is microservice architecture, hey dude, you are too late because this was introduced in 2016. So hurry up, you need to get updated. And after that, we had string analytics. And in version 19c, we had the first GoldenGate in cloud in Gen 1, in Gen 2 with the version 21c. Then we have the GoldenGate Free Edition, which is a pretty cool option to you deploy, install, and use GoldenGate without need to pay any license. Of course, there are some limitations because it's a free edition, but it's a really nice. You should try. And the latest version, 23 AI, the current one, we had introduced. It was introduced the Gen AI and data stream capabilities, which is very nice. And I'm gonna show you in the next slide a little bit about these AI things inside the GoldenGate. First, let's do a quick review in these versions of the GoldenGate. So from version 11G to 21C, we can use classic or microservices architecture. But after 23 AI, this is a big change. There is only support for microservice architecture. So once again, if you are not ready to use GoldenGate in microservices architecture, you are too late. So let's keep updated. Let's understand how microservices work, because in 23i, it's the only supported architecture we have. Okay? And let's recap some quick points of the classic architecture. And one of the big ones is that these architectures support only command line interaction. So we need to know the commands to do all of the things in the GoldenGate: configuration, changing parameter, start and stop process, everything is based in a command line, which is nice for most of the technical guys, but it's not so friendly to everyone. And another big point is that to have access to this command line, which we call GGSCI, is that you need to be connected with SSH in a server. So you need to access the server and then access the command line to do all of your work. When microservices architecture was introduced, we had a new interface, an interface where we could do all of the things in a web browser interface, clicking here and there and do all of the things. And the big concepts was to do less click to get the same action, to do the same work with high optimization, which is true. I like more command line, I have to confess. But the interface, the new graphical interface of 23 AI, it's really nice. We can handle all of the things through that, and we don't need to be connected in the server. We can connect remotely to the web browser with the connection and port that you're going to use, and do all of this stuff wherever we are. This is really nice. We can manage all the extracts and the replicates. We can see all the logs, all the reports, all the message errors, and see here. We can see very easily all of the logs and all of the things that is happening in the GoldenGate. But don't make mistakes, don't get me wrong. The errors is still the same. The only big difference here is that it has some colors to help you visually understand if the error it's a big error or if it's a warning or things like that. But it's cool. This is too cool. Okay? And we also can change all the parameters. We can edit all the configuration through the web interface. We can see how many tables or which tables it's been replicated, how many records was inserted, updated, delete. Everything that we can do in the command line, we can do the same in the web interface. And because we can do that, it's because the big change in this new architecture is the concept of REST API. So behind the command line and behind the web interface, we have an API and REST API working and doing all of this stuff. So this is really amazing. So once again, if you don't know microservices, if you are not familiar with microservices architecture, you should start it now. Okay, but what GoldenGate can do with AI, with data vector? Let's see. In this picture, it's showing that GoldenGate is capturing and replicating and delivering data to a vector hub. And GoldenGate can do basically two things. The first one, capture data vector and deliver it into a vector hub, into another database. So GoldenGate already have this capability to capture vector data and replicate it as is without any change. The second big point is that GoldenGate can capture relational data, and during the replication process, in real-time replication, GoldenGate can convert this data into a vector data. Imagine how many companies nowadays have databases with a lot of important information, rich information, and it's in a relational data. And it needs to convert this to a vector data. GoldenGate is a tool that you can do this easily. Yeah? So this is one of the biggest points with the GoldenGate. So first one, we can replicate vector data as is. And the second, we can convert the relational data to a vector data in a real-time replication. And after that, deliver all of this in a vector hub, consolidate in a single database. So we have many applications like RAG and LLM to do all of the AI things. So this is really cool, nice. This is really cool, isn't it? Now I'm gonna demonstrate to you how it works. In this first example, we are doing a data vector replication from Oracle to Postgre as is. So we have here an Oracle database as a source and a Postgre as a target. And as you might know, when we are using heterogeneous database, we need to have different GoldenGate instances. So we have an GoldenGate instance for Oracle to capture the data, and we have another GoldenGate instance for non-Oracle to deliver the data to the Postgre. And on the source side, we have an application which I created here in Python, just for demonstration, that is inserting text data and vector data into the Oracle database. And after the data is inserted through this application, through this API in a vector data format, Oracle GoldenGate captures this information and deliver it to the Postgre. So we can replicate data vector as is from the source database to the target database. Okay, it seems cool, but what can I do? But what should I do in the GoldenGate? What parameters, what things I need to set up to make this work? And the answer is nothing. We don't need to do anything. As you can see here, we have the extract parameter with the table configuration only, basically, as we are used to do. And we have also the replicate parameter mapping this table to deliver it to the Postgre without any change. So yes, is this how it works? In this case, to replicate data vector as is, we don't need to do any additional configuration into the GoldenGate. This is really amazing, isn't it? Okay, now we are going to see the replication 2, the second use case, where we are replicating structured data, relational data from Postgre to Oracle. So in this case, we changed the source and targets. Now we have Postgre as the source environment, the source database, and Oracle as the targets. And this Oracle, it's in the cloud. It's the OCI. It's an autonomous database. So all of this is on premise. All the GoldenGate and source database, it's on premise. And our target environment is in the OCI. So what we have here, we still have the GoldenGate or non-Oracle in this scenario, capture data from the Postgre and another GoldenGate instance to deliver this data to the Oracle. So what happens here? The data from the Postgre, it's being added into the database, the GoldenGate for non-Oracle, capture it, send it to the Oracle, and these Oracle instance have a replicate which have the capability of capture this relational data and in a real-time replication, convert this data into a vector data. And after this conversion, this data is inserted into the Oracle database on the target side. So this is really nice. We can capture structured data and relational data from a source database. And during this real-time replication process, GoldenGate converted this data to a vector data and added this in the target database. And why I'm using here the OCI database? Because this is a 23 AI database. And I'm going to show you the trick, how GoldenGate can do this. Let's see in the next slide. Let's see how is this configuration for scenario 2. In the structure process, we don't have any change. It's a normal structure configuration with a table, and that's it. The trick here, the big point here, is in the replicate side, where we have the replicates, and in the map configuration, we are using a comap function, and in the map configuration, it's the big trick, where we are calling a db function which is a procedure in the database, inside the database 23AR, that is responsible to receive the structured data, the text data, and convert this data to a vector data. This is, as we usually say here in Brazil, the jump of the cat. I'm not sure if people that it's not from Brazil will understand, but what I'm trying to say is that this is the big trick. This is where all the things happen. But what these procedures do, how this procedure do this conversion, this is what I'm going to show you in the next slide. So it's pretty easy. This is a function that was created inside the database. And one important thing, why we are using an OCI ATP database, it's because this database is 23AI and it have support for these data vectors. So this is the function here. And this function have basically two important things that we need to look at. It's in receiving a varchar data and it's returning a vector data. Okay, so this is the function, basically the input and output, and the real magic happens in this line here. This is where the magic happens. So we are using this function to perform the conversion of this data. So we are actually doing the conversion of the structured data to a data vector with this database function supported from Oracle Database 23 AI. So if you was wondering that GoldenGate was the one that internally did this conversion, I'm so sorry, this is not. But this is the best part because GoldenGate can be integrated with many solutions, with many data models that you want, that you need. I'm using here a database function, but I could set up in the GoldenGate and call a third-party script, a third-party application to do the same. So this is really nice. And of course, same technically, we need to have some caution because we do this procedure execution for each record that is being processed. So if you have 1 million or 1 billion of records, this function is going to be called 1 million, 1 billion of time. So take care with that. But the magic is that we can do this real conversion of structured data to a vector data using Oracle GoldenGate with many types of data models that you want, that you need, all of this in a real-time scenario. This is really nice, and GoldenGate is the first tool which have this capability. So here we are back in this slide where we are seeing how GoldenGate is a powerful tool to perform this integration with data vector, but not only as is replication. We also can capture structured data and using an integration with many data models, convert this data in a data vector and insert and deliver this data to a target environment. And what source and what targets can be used? There are many options, as I showed in the beginning of this presentation. And of course, we always need to check the documentation, but all the databases supported can be used with all of these new features of data vector. GoldenGate support timeline is the first tip, and if you are working with GoldenGate, you should pay attention on this slide. Because if you are using version 2019C, let's start with this version, you have supported until 2026 and extended support until 2027. Okay, you have some time. But if you are using GoldenGate 20C, you only have support until 2026. You don't have extended support. This is really critical. And if you are in version 20C and you are not, and you didn't start to thinking how to migrate it to 23AI, you are too late. You need to hurry up and starting planning this. And why 23AI? It's because it's the longest term release and we have support until 2029 and extended support until 2032. So if you are using GoldenGate in version 19, you have some time. But if you are using 21C, you need to hurry up and start planning right now this change to GoldenGate 23 AI. And now I'm going to talk about the ACE program, which is managed by Oracle and recognized professional around the world, which is always contributing to the Oracle community with blog posts, with videos, participating in the conference as a speaker, and many other types of contributions. Being part of this program lets you get many benefits, like direct access to product development, global network events, like the one that I mentioned here, which I traveled for many other countries to be speaker and to connect with other community and professionals in Latin America. You can have exclusive training and content. You're gonna have a swag cloud credits and Oracle Cloud Word Pass or Oracle AI Pass. You also have a profile in oracle.com site with your contributions, with your description, which is really nice, and much, much more. If you want to be part of the program, I really encourage you to do that. I'm sharing here the site and some other information that you can have a look. You also can send some comment here in this video, or you can connect me on the LinkedIn, send me questions, and I will help you show the process or the way that you can do to be part of the program. Just keep in touch. All right, so here is the end of the presentation. I want to thank you very much to be with me until this slide. Hope you have enjoyed and learned a little bit about the new chains of the Golden Gate, the support of data vector, and how can we implement this in a real environment. Okay, so I'm going to finish as I always do. If you like this video, don't forget to give your like, subscribe in this channel, and the most important thing, replicate knowledge and share this video. See you